Hello everyone and welcome to Whack fucking Comics. And today I was reading this amazing Power Rangers book and I just realized how chilly I was. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to make a quick quilt out of this comic book here. And I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So I want to separate each page and you just want to stack and stack and stack them until you have a large enough quilt to cover your whole body. So I have a very nice body, so I want to make sure I cover it as good as I can. So this first part I left off screen because I didn't want to give away any industry secrets. But basically I'm lining up all the pages and taping them together. But there are a few small whack hacks that I'm not willing to give up just yet, because I might make this into a business one day and make my own comic book quilts. So I'm hoping that you guys can at least understand why I kept this first part off. Later, I'll show you a little more detailed ways that you can actually make your quilt and make it sturdy and long-lasting. Here, I show you right here, just my work in progress. But like I said before, I still don't want to show all my industry secrets. But it's coming together pretty well, and then I'm going to lay it out on the floor and show you the way I do the rest of it. So now that it's coming together, you're going to want to take the rest of the tape and flip it over. And then you want to put down all the corners. So when you are putting down the corners, that makes it so it won't come apart while you're having a good rest or a good lay. And that way you can stay warm and comfortable while in your comic book quilt. And the other thing is, if you put them in order, you can actually still read the comic book as you're laying down. Now, I don't show exactly how I do that because, once again, that's another industry secret I have. But you can probably figure it out for yourself as long as you keep the book in order and you use good comic books that are even worth reading. Like, these are some of my all-time favorites, Power Rangers 48 and 49. Two of the best comic books I've ever read. There's no doubt if you've never read Power Rangers, you can just start at Power Rangers 48 and 49 because it's some of the best just single issues you could ever want to read. And then I also used another absolute winner from DC, Event Leviathan. If you've never heard of that, it's because people don't want to make spec lists just yet because it's such a good read. So it's really coming together now. One piece, and now I'll show you guys an example of how I actually use the quilt. So this is me laying with my comic book quilt. There's different strategies you can have for it to lay correctly and lay flat and make sure it doesn't fall off. But it's definitely more difficult depending on what you're laying on. The couch isn't exactly where I usually like to lay with my comic book quilt. Beds are definitely preferred. But you have to make do with what you have and where you're allowed to sleep depending on what your wife says is allowed. Hopefully this whack hack will help all of you guys stay warm for the winter.